What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today I'm looking at the state of play. A lot of the shows are dropping. State of play dropped this week. Also Summer Games Fest, which I will do a video on that. We will start state of play instead today, and I will be looking at the games, not all of them, just the games that are interesting to me, and give you my thoughts on them, and some of the games that are not very interesting that I think shouldn't be made at all, and I'll tell you what I think on that one also. So let's dive right into it. Being the first game, Wolverine. So guys, I think this game looks pretty good from what I saw. I've been excited for Wolverine games since I think the last one was 2009 or 2008 when they made the Wolverine Origins game. I thought it was really good. It really embraced the feeling of Wolverine, and we haven't had a Wolverine game since then. This is coming from Naughty Dog, the guys that have made Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, which again, I am a fan of Spider-Man 1. I was not a huge fan of Spider-Man 2, but whatever, we're moving on. This is Wolverine. This looks very, very good in my opinion. From what I've heard, it will not be open world, which is fine. It's a little bit of a linear open world, kind of like God of War, where it's different. I'm just guessing here that it's going to be like there's patches of environments you can run to and run around, like different levels that you can explore, but it might be more linear than God of War, so I don't know. But the graphics look amazing. The gameplay looks a lot of fun. It's definitely bloody. One thing I noticed is that there doesn't seem to be any limbs flying off. Again, I don't need that to be in a game. This game looks bloody enough as a Wolverine game, which makes sense. I mean, look, guys, covered in blood right now. However, I don't really need it to have dismemberment. If it did, it would make more sense in a Wolverine game, but I can deal with it. Totally fine. And then it looks like in this part, looks like he's just saving some mutants. I guess it's like one of the levels in the game. I think it's going to be the story of him just trying to save mutants from Trask. Pretty much, you know, if you know anything about X-Men, Trask is like the Trask Industries. They try to capture mutants and use them as weapons, and they're like against all mutant kind. So Wolverine looks like he's trying to get them back. It also shows a part where Mystique comes in, and there's going to be other characters in this game. They actually showed Sabretooth, his brother, Deadpool, and Mystique. Yeah, Mystique is in this also, and Jean Grey, I want to say. Yeah, this is her right here. I'm not a huge fan of the costume. I wish she would be in her actual costume, but I mean, it is what it is. I would like a better, I guess, a look, the way she looks. Like Wolverine looks very Wolverine. He sounds Wolverine. I think it would have been a better look maybe if she was in her costume and a little younger, but whatever, no big deal. This game does look very interesting. I am excited to play this game. I just hope it's good. Again, doesn't have to be open world. I just want to have fun, and it looks like it's just a good time, and it definitely looks like it has that Spider-Man feel, but it's Wolverine. All right, let's move on. So the next game we're looking at is Dokkan Fighting Souls, another Marvel game. This is kind of like Marvel versus Capcom. I'm not huge into fighting games, however, I do like Marvel. I really did like Marvel versus Capcom, SNK, Capcom versus SNK, if I think that's what it was. And the cell shaded graphics, I like that. I like the fighting style, like the anime fighting style. And it looks like a lot of fun. I played a lot of these kind of games with my friends back in the day, and it's good to kind of come back to it. And I like the Marvel aspect. I would prefer maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I wasn't a huge fan of 3. However, it looks like they're just going to stick with all Marvel in this game, which is totally fine. I like the background. I like the way it looks. I like the fighting style, and it just looks like a lot of fun to play online or with the friends, just to have over for pizza or something, and just a chill game to play. I really like what they're doing with the Marvel Universe. It looks like Marvel's popping off a lot on Sony. Next up, it's Rayman Legends 2. I think they're calling it. I played Rayman Legends. I played a little bit of Rayman in the back in the day, but this looks like a pretty solid platformer. I do like platformers once in a while. Again, it's another chill game to take me away from all the sweat fest on Halo and Call of Duty. And this just looks like a fun game. I like the way the graphics look. Again, I will say this. I'm not going to, say that everything is graphics, but it looks it looks really good. It looks like a fun time just to chill back, sit down, and just enjoy a good platformer. And the way it looks is like it's a platformer 2D, but then it has all these 3D aspects to it, which looks like it could be a lot of fun. Looking at it right now, it looks like it's a platformer 2D, turns into a 3D, turns into third person. Just looks like a lot of fun. It kind of brings me back to those Crash Bandicoot days and Banjo-Kazooie. And it looks like it has a pretty good upgrade from the last Rayman Legends. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game also. We got some new footage of Tomb Raider. I played some of the Tomb Raider games in the past. I think it was Angel or Angel of Darkness or Dark Angel, one of them. I played the remakes of Tomb Raider. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I only played the first one, and it looks like they're not going with that style of Tomb Raider anymore. They're going with the whole new... It looks like a whole new version of Tomb Raider, but it looks like original concept of Tomb Raider, what she used to look like, back to her tomb raiding days, just kind of like a carry-on from the older games, and it looks pretty solid. Good graphics, sounded pretty good, voice acting sounds good. I like the concept art for her, Lara Croft. They didn't, some of these companies want to be funny and make these characters that are women look ugly, but no, she actually looks pretty hot. She looks like a good girl, man. But yeah, Lara Croft is back in Tomb Raider. Game looks solid. Kind of gives me the vibes of like Uncharted, but we all know that Lara Croft came before Nathan Drake. But again, looks good. I'm excited for it. It looks like that's pretty dope. It's an exciting adventure game, kind of, just take a break from all the multiplayer gaming I'm doing and just enjoy a good single-player experience. And it looks like Tomb Raider is going to do that for me. So yeah, another one I'm looking forward to, Tomb Raider. So Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Capcom is popping off this year. I made a joke that I don't think any of the employees are sleeping. They need to get some rest because Capcom is on a roll and they are dropping another game. I think this game is coming out this year, Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Again, another sword game, Japan. I played some of the old Onimusha games, very good. And I made a video on this about how I was looking forward to it and just some new gameplay on this game. I like the way the boss battles look. I like the way the fighting looks. I don't know how it's going to happen with the fighting. I don't know how it could be too stiff. It could be really, I don't know, kind of like slower combat, faster combat. So I'm not too sure, but I am a fan of Onimusha. I haven't played all of them, played some of them. I've watched the anime on Netflix, enjoyed that, and looking forward to this. Definitely it's going to be a sweat fest. I think it's going to be like a Dark Souls game, but not, if I'm correct, maybe not as difficult as a Souls-like game, but it still might be in that genre of Souls-like. But Capcom is on a roll with also Pragmata that dropped, with Resident Evil 9 that dropped, and now Onimusha. So I hope they keep it up. They are on fire right now. Looking forward to Onimusha, Way of the Sword. So Silent Hill is another game that's coming out, obviously, in the Silent Hill franchise. I did not play Silent Hill F. I heard some silly stuff about it. I saw the way the gameplay was. I really wasn't interested in it. I really wasn't feeling it. However, this one looks like it's going back to a little bit of the core of Silent Hill back in like America, or maybe not in Japan. It looks like Silent Hill F took place more in Japan Oriental style. This one looks like it's going back to like the Western style, the States. So I do like that when it comes to Silent Hill. A new protagonist. So, again, it's a Silent Hill game. It looks scary. It looks horrifying. I like the old aesthetic. It looks like it's the 90s with the big CRT screen and everything that looks, not modern right now. So I like that. It looks cool. It's something different. Have no clue if it's going to be good or not, but we'll just have to wait and see when the game comes out. And just to clarify, the exact title of Silent Hill is Silent Hill Townfall. So I saw Saber Interactive's coming back with a stuntman game. Right when I saw that with the Supra from Fast and Furious, I knew exactly what that was. And then this trailer was pretty cool because it showed Fast and Furious, and it showed Back to the Future, the DeLorean, and then it showed it looks like, a Vice City style Ferrari. in Miami, and it just kept going through different scenes of someone driving. Now, I wasn't sure what it was. It was actually really surprising, but it came to be that it was Stuntman. Stuntman is definitely one of those classic games back in like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and Xbox, where you just play as a stuntman. You pretty much, you do stunts for movies, and you have to kind of go through trials and to get exactly what the director wants. I don't know how much of a change it's going to be. Maybe you can you can make your own stunts, direct like different scenes in the movie and then play it out, or it's just going to be you play out the scene, you do the stunts for the movie. I'm definitely looking forward to this. We haven't had a Stuntman game in a while. I don't know the last one that came out, but definitely this trailer looked really cool. I'm looking forward to some Stuntman action. So Team Cloud's coming out with a game called Ill. This really gives me those Dead Space, Resident Evil, The Evil Within kind of vibes. Really nasty, bloody, horrific looking scenes. The graphics look crazy. Like the way it's being shown here. And this looks like it's going to be gameplay. So I don't know, man. This looks horrifying and it looks really realistic. Some of the voice acting, seems kind of stale. I don't know if they maybe just for the show, but it looks scary. It looks really good. Probably, I'm assuming it's going to have really good sound, good action, and just survival horror. So I'm glad these games are still going on. This game is called Ill. So yeah, looking forward to it. And the last game, which I will end here, will be... It seems that they are going back to the God of War franchise of 2018, and this is supposed to be Laufey. God of War Laufey, this is Kratos' wife, that if you played 2018, the whole point of the game was to get her ashes somewhere to, let her go at peace. I'm going to come straight out and say it. I don't know. I don't understand why they made this game. I don't know what they were thinking. This is a God of War franchise, and they're calling it God of War Laufey. Again, let's just start off with the title. To me, it's stupid. It's not God of War. If you were going to change the title of a game, I feel like you would just say Laufey, or, God of War Universe, or one of the... I don't know. Then it comes to the conclusion that they shouldn't have even made this game. I don't know who this is aimed for. It doesn't look God of War. It definitely doesn't look like the old God of War games. Even 2018 and the one after still had that God of War feeling with Kratos. But when I think of God of War, I think of Kratos, just like everyone else does. Again, I don't care it's a woman. I'm excited to play Tomb Raider and what was just released, Alien Isolation 2. Both games you play as women. Bayonetta, Stellar Blade, these are all games with women. I like all these games. I just don't care to play as someone that's not Kratos in a God of War game. So before you attack me and people say like, oh, you're just misogynistic and blah, 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 all the same stupid words, just save it. So because that's all these people want to spew, is that it's always the same crap. Anytime you don't like a game with a woman in it, that's always what you are. Again, I'm sure there are people out there that are saying that they don't want to play just because it's the fact that she's a woman. Yeah, that's stupid. I think that's stupid and actually misogynistic and dumb. I do not agree with that. But when I see a game called God of War in the God of War universe, I do not care to play anybody but Kratos. That is his franchise. That is his game. That is what is based around. So even when you played as his son, boy, I didn't even care to play as his son. It was boring to me. And this whole thing with the cube, and it just seems like a Disney game. I'm looking at this like, how is this God of War? What is this? Like, if you called this something else, I think it would make more sense. If you just called it Laufey, or you just called this was just a game that was not placed in the God of War world, in the God of War franchise, I think it would make more sense. But I think that they know that it wouldn't be successful unless they named it God of War to suck people into playing it. Because this is probably going to bridge into the next main God of War game. But I can tell you right now, I do not care. I will play the next God of War game with Kratos. I will not be playing this. It's not for me. This game is not for me. It seems like it's made for people that just, I don't know, that like Disney stuff and like magical fairy tale stuff. It just doesn't look like God of War. And you know what? It's not. So I'm probably going to, no, not probably, I will skip this game. I'm not going to be that guy that says, I'm not going to be that guy that complains about this and then still plays it and says, oh, I'm going to play it for the stream. Because, I mean, you're supporting it, right? You're supporting the game if you play it on the stream and you have 1,000 people watching you. So just, you know, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to spend my money on it. This game looks like it should have just been a DLC or something, not a full-fledged game. And on top of that, this was the last game that Sony decided to go with in the state of play. I don't know. I just think that's just really dumb on their part. And I have absolutely no interest in playing God of War, not Kratos Laufey. So there you go, guys. Those are the games I'm looking forward to, and I'm just not really a fan of what they did with God of War, whatever they're doing there. I'm just not a fan of it, but the other games I am looking forward to. I didn't show Control 2 because, I mean, we've seen that. I've talked about it already, but that is another game I'm looking forward to playing. I need to go back and beat Control 1. After I beat Lizotte P, I will go back and play Control. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think about the games I picked and some of the games I didn't pick. Are you interested in the games I did or did not? Are you going to play God of War Laufey? Do you feel the same way I do? Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm wrong? Whatever, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like if you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.